It's Elise with Elibe's Custom Designs. Today's tutorial will be on the Glitter Burst Cup. And if this is your first time to my channel, please subscribe, like, and share the video. So let's get into it. Okay, so I've got it all cut out. I don't know if you can see it on here. So it's cut out. And then you kind of have to be selective about the type of double-side tape that you use. Some of them have a backing on it, and the backing is kind of almost like a cardstock. So when you go to wrap it, sometimes your design will pop up. This one has a more pliable backing to it, so it makes it just a little easier when you're wrapping it around the cup. The brand that I use, I've tried the Silhouette brand and another brand, and I didn't have luck with those. But the brand that I use this cat training tape. I just get it off of Amazon. It's got a couple of different sizes in it. So the bigger sizes, you could probably actually get at least 2 tumblers out of one. So I'll link this, a link for where I got this in the description. And they're not too terribly expensive, but like I said, you get a total of 20 sheets, and the bigger ones you could probably actually do a couple of tumblers out of. So what I'm going to do is to go ahead and start wrapping it around my cup. I'm going to get some tape ready here because we're going to use some masking tape. Okay. So make sure I got it up, the right side up. I like to actually line mine up with the bottom of the cup. And I'm actually going to glitter the bottom. I'm sorry, can't see. I'm actually going to glitter the bottom of the cup when I'm done. So I'm just going to kind of make sure that it matches. So that looks good. That looks good. So, and then, so when this cut, it's not 100%, but you can just use, what I normally do is I just use a little Mod Podge in at that seam and go ahead and fill it in with glitter. So it's not a terrible loss if it doesn't match up the whole way. Okay, so once I get it lined up where I want it, I am actually going to turn it over on the other side because we're going to have to use some tape to do this, and it won't stick. The tape won't stick to this side. All right, so we'll put it on again. So basically what we're going to kind of do is put an anchor here, and we'll turn it and make sure it's lined up how we want it. Again, I like to line mine up with the bottom. Alright, so that looks pretty good there. So once we have it where we want it, I'm gonna just kind of, like I said, put a little anchor. Okay, and we're gonna check placement one more time. Alright, and if it looks good, then what I'm going to do is go ahead and put a piece of tape in this middle section. Alright, so that's what creates our anchor. So now what we're going to do is, because remember we have to pull this backing off to get it up against the cup. We're going to turn this back, fold it back this way. I'm going to check again and make sure we're still lined up where we want it. And we're not. There we go. Okay. So then what we're going to do is I'm going to just take my tweezers here, and we're going to pull a little of this backing off So you're actually going to pull the backing away from the tape, the adhesive, and where's my pen? But you want to make sure that your adhesive stays down. There you go. Nope, we're still not. Let's try to go from this side. All right, there we go. So I'm just going to fold a little back just to expose maybe about not even an inch of it. So we got that folded back. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to fold this over. And we want to make sure we're lining up. Got that down. Now we can untape our little anchor. And like I said, I tried a couple of times just to put it on blind and had a total mess. So this worked pretty good for me, so I thought I'd just keep using this method. So now that our anchor is off, okay, we're going to pull, and as we pull, just kind of press down on your cup and roll it in. And roll it in. There we are. Not too bad. Okay. So now that we have that on the cup, we are actually ready to start our glitter process. So let me kind of cover my workspace a little bit. Okay. So I am going to use black for the actual background. Probably make my light a little brighter if I'm going to be able to see this. Oh, we want to go up. We want it brighter. All right, let me get some more light so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to use black, and I'm just using the Recollections glitter, so I'm just going to use ebony. And then for the inside of the shamrocks, I am going to use emerald. And then for the outline of the shamrocks, I am going to use, this doesn't even have a name. Okay, well, oh, it's called lemon. I'm going to use this. Key thing to remember when you're doing this is you always want to start from your darkest color first, because if you do not, you're going to get dark colors in your light colors. Okay, so the portions that I am going to do the black in will be these little pieces here that you see black. I guess I'm going to do black in all those, and then we would do the lemon and then the green on the inside. So we're going to see how this goes. We're doing this together. Again, remember, dark colors first. Okay, so I'm just going to begin with peeling off some of my areas that are going to be black. And those cut settings were perfect. The pieces are coming right off without a problem. And that's what we want to happen. Some of those corners are kind of sticking though. Oh, that's not sticking. That's supposed to come off. Okay. So it's just up to you how many sections that you want to do at a time, that you want to pull off at a time. Two, another thing to remember, because this is so slick or whatever, the glitter will actually stick to this. So make sure you have some type of brush so as you're going, you can kind of clean that off, okay? So I'm going to pull off a few more areas of what's going to be a black area. Make sure I'm pulling the right areas. Okay. So I've got these 3 areas opened, and I'm just going to take my glitter, sprinkle it over that open taped area. And I like to just kind of take my hand and just kind of press it, make sure that it gets in to that whole section of the tape that's open there. And again, you know, some people like to pull all one area at a time and just go for it. I like to just do a little bit at a time. Okay, I'll use my brush to kind of clean off the see how it nicely just fills in. Right on that edge there, just kind of keep an eye on it, make sure that everywhere is filling in, and just kind of brush it off. I may need a sturdier brush. Okay. So see that, and then we'll pull off a few more areas. All right, I'm going to do a few more areas in the black, and then I'm going to come back when I get all the black done, and then we'll move on to another color. But just so you get the idea of what I'm doing, just kind of pressing it into that taped area, because we want to make sure that we're getting the whole area of the tape filled in that we have open. And then I think I'm gonna find a sturdier brush. I mean, I think softer brush is good for when you are, like, if you have to clean out some of your glitter. But I think for an actual, like, getting the glitter off of here, you may need just a little sturdier brush. So that's kind of where I'm at now. So I am going to go ahead and do all of my black areas, pull off more of the black, and then I will come back when I start my next color. Okay, so I've got all the black done. I will tell you this, it gets easier as you fill in your background. So that's the black. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move to our next darkest color, which would be the emerald. And so basically the emerald is going to be the inside of the shamrocks. So that should be relatively easy. And I did end up switching to my pen tool. It's a little easier just to kind of grip and pull up with. So we're going to pull up our next one. So now we're working on the inside of the shamrocks. Hopefully I got all those black areas. So all total, filling in the black areas took me maybe 20 minutes. I thought it would be easier pulling up these larger parts. All right, so I'm just gonna pull up a few of these inner parts of the shamrocks. Okay, so I'll do one more. Okay, so go ahead and fill in these that we've taken out. It's pretty. And I will tell you this soft brush comes in good for wiping off your glitter in case it gets over into another color. So that's that. And we're gonna put the lemon around. It'll actually outline the actual shamrock. So again, I just kind of like to push it in, make sure we get all that adhesive covered with the color. And just kind of lightly brush. That's going to be pretty. Piece of tape is coming up. That's a piece of the lemon. So just kind of watch your tape. So for instance, right here, I got a little piece that came up that'll actually be for the lemon. So I'll just take a really, really fine brush and use my Mod Podge to kind of fill that in so that we can make sure we're getting. Put some more in the center of this one. That one kind of covered good, so yeah, that's why I kind of like to press it in just to make sure we're getting good coverage. And this little brush is just a cheapie. I got it at Dollar Tree, but the bristles are really, really fine and soft, so it's perfect for getting green out of black, which that's why you do your darkest colors. You go from darkest to light. So because if we would have put on our yellow, there's no way we would have been able to get that black out of the yellow. So all right, let's pull off a few more of the shamrocks. Move up here. And then right where that seam is, we'll do the same thing, just a little light Mod Podge and fill that in. Do a few more of these on camera, and then I will come back when I've completed all my green, and then we will move to that lightest color, which is going to be the lemon. I think the biggest thing with these is, again, to make sure that you've got a good two-sided tape. To make sure you got a good two-sided tape, and that it actually lays down for you, so that they're not peeling up and you're getting colors in places you don't want the colors. Press that down. And we'll just kind of do a little light brush over here. Oh, that is just gorgeous. Even now, the seam is really not that bad, because this is where it comes through at. That actually, it's going to be very pretty. So, but you get the idea. Again, a good double-sided tape, and make sure you are working on your most darkest color first, and then move to your lighter color. So dark to light for that. So once I get all the green filled in, I will come back on camera and we will move to our lighter color. Okay, so it is completely finished. I just got a little spot on the side because where I glittered the bottom, but it is completely finished. So that tape that I use, I think I really like it. Really like it. So it turned out pretty good. So again, key points, make sure you get you some good double-sided tape. Remember, it has to not have like a cardstock backing on the back of it. Otherwise, when you're folding it around your cup, it's going to make your design pop up. And then just make sure you start with your absolute darkest to lightest color. So that might be something you have to plan out ahead of time. So, and if you found this tutorial helpful, please like. If you have not done so, please subscribe to my channel and hit that bell so that you know when new content is added to the channel. Until next time, I'll see you later.